Welcome, students. One of my most favorite things for me to talk about in the research paper process is the pre-write or outline. Now, a lot of you will be tempted to write from the top of your paper all the way down to the bottom of your paper, but that's really the wrong way to think of writing a research paper. What you really want to do is see the whole forest of the research paper before you focus on the individual trees. So when you're writing, you don't just write from the first page to the second page to the third page. You start off with a pre-write or an outline. And as the directions say here, after receiving feedback on the paper proposal, you will be required to complete a paper outline in class that will help you guide you through the paper writing process. You'll use your paper proposal and guidance from your teacher to help instruct your paper. The outline should include 3 points of the thesis statement, supporting facts you will use for this thesis points. Students often get lost or stuck in the research process, and this will help you get organized. You may follow the basic example on page 5. So let's go to page 5. Page 5 right here, you have 3 different examples of a pre-write that you can do. You can either do the columns where you have the 3 major ideas right here from your thesis statement, or you can do the outline right here where you have the 3 major themes from your thesis statement, or you can do the bubble cluster right here where you have the 3 different themes from your thesis statement. So essentially what you'll need to do is to take your thesis statement, which if you have that already completed from your paper proposal and I have already signed off that it's a good 3-point thesis, then you're already halfway done with your pre-write. The second point that you want to do is to look at the facts that you have from your paper proposal, and those will be your examples or supporting details. You will need to put those in as example 1, example 2, example 3, and such. Now, you can also put in the source that you will be using. That would be highly suggested, though you can see these examples don't necessarily have that. This example right here shows that if the 3-point thesis was geographical, social, and economic, which again, I don't suggest that you have a thesis that's that bland, but in your thesis, you will be explaining why or how for each of these. But with your subpoints, which would be 3 for each of these, you will have something like Emancipation Proclamation or Unrestricted Submarine Warfare, depending on what your topic is. Now again, remember that you're writing on pre-modern world history, so the example of President Lincoln or World War I is just an example for you. It's not what you're writing on. So essentially, make sure that you have your 3-point thesis, those are the main ideas, and then have from the paper proposal sources, you will use the bullet points as the subpoints there. And that is all that you need to do. Make sure to turn that into Google Classroom where it is appropriate. And that is it for explaining the research paper outline or the pre-write. Thank you.